Bright Facts presents 13 things you should never tolerate in life. For certain individuals, resistance is an excellence. It implies you're giving others space and not driving your convictions on them. Notwithstanding, resilience can likewise lead one to being exploited. As it's been said, life is an excursion, and we as a whole have our own ways to travel. We as a whole commit errors en route, however, it means a lot to know when something isn't working. In support of yourself, and keeping in mind that it's not difficult to call attention to when another person is enduring something they shouldn't. It's a lot harder to see what you're enduring and when you want to stop. Here are a few things that you can profit from becoming bigoted to. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Number 1. Harmfulness. Harmfulness can take many structures and can have a profound physical or mental impact on you. It very well may be an individual who continually puts you down, an unfortunate behavior pattern like drinking an excess of liquor, or on the other hand a distressing workplace. Anything structure poisonousness takes on your life, one thing is sure, whenever left uncontrolled, it will gradually obliterate all parts of what your identity is. Also, for that accurate explanation, you ought to never endure it. Number 2. Deceitfulness. Deceitfulness is quite possibly of the most horrendous power in our general public, and it ought to never be endured to any degree. It's a type of selling out, which is the breaking or infringement of trust. On the off chance that you endure deceptive nature, you are permitting yourself to be deluded by others. You're allowing somebody to break their statement and commitment without ramification for their activities. Individuals who lie frequently feel supported in doing so in light of the fact that they believe they're telling white lies or twisting reality barely enough so nobody gets injured, despite the fact that this typically isn't the case. In any case, regardless of whether those little lies appear to be innocuous from the outset, they can have colossal repercussions over the long run. Number 3. Doubters. Doubters need just for you to fizzle. Furthermore, they will just dial you back. It's hard an adequate number of chasing after your fantasies and objectives with no guarantees. So pick admirably with regards to who you trust in or share your objectives with. Be careful about imparting your undertakings to the people who routinely question, censure, and put others down. They'll simply bring cynicism into your life. In the event that somebody doesn't uphold what you're doing, then they most likely will not be glad for you. At the point when things go right, by the same token, everything you can manage is encircle yourself with individuals who will commend your prosperity, however much they praise your endeavors. Number 4. Lip service. Lip service is the point at which somebody professes to have moral principles or convictions to which their own way of behaving doesn't adjust. It might likewise be portrayed as a twofold norm, as on account of an individual who reprimands another person for accomplishing something that they do themselves. A characteristic strikes at the core of your qualities, and it ought not go on without serious consequences. It's deceptive and shows that the individual couldn't care less about their own principles by any means. As a matter of fact, they might try and be involving those principles as a cover for something totally different. Number 5. Reasons. A reason is many times considered an explanation, however, it's not exactly the same thing. Reasons give a record of something that has occurred. Pardons legitimize why it ought to be acknowledged. It's vital to see the truth about pardons, an approach to trying not to assume liability. The individuals who rationalize are attempting to let themselves know that their own terrible decisions aren't so awful, all things considered. Furthermore, when individuals begin accepting their own untruths, things go downhill quick. The most ideal way to keep away from pardons is to consider yourself as well as other people responsible. Number 6. Time wasters. A time waster is somebody who doesn't regard your time. They piece on plans, take up a lot of your day with their theatrics, or request that you get things done for them constantly and never give back in kind. Consistently enjoyed managing a time waster is a subsequent you can't spend following through with something else. You never truly know when a period killer will spring up in your life, however you don't need to set up with such individuals. Put down stopping points and stick to them. On the off chance that a time waster needs something from you, inquire as to whether it's worth the effort prior to conquering, or on the other hand surrendering to their solicitation. Number 7. Self-judgment. At the point when you discuss yourself, the words that emerge from your mouth have a huge effect. Words will quite often shape into convictions, which set the elements for activity. That is the reason your self-talk shapes you, influencing your demeanor and responses. Assuming that you continually criticize yourself with negative language, your cerebrum will start to acknowledge those messages as truth, regardless of whether they aren't. Also, this can prompt sensations of low confidence, which thus can prompt uneasiness and even melancholy. Have a go at expressing yourself carefully with regards to yourself, and recall that it's okay not to be awesome. No one is. Number 8. Fatigue. Assuming you end up exhausted, there's a decent opportunity that something more profound is going on. Fatigue is in many cases an indication of stagnation and absence of development, to things that ought to never be endured throughout everyday life. Truth be told, life is excessively short for idleness and remaining in your usual range of familiarity. The best way to escape a groove or let go of negative propensities is to challenge yourself with new encounters and undertakings. It's significant for self-awareness, yet in addition for the strength of your connections with others. Number 9. Pessimism. Negative thoughts and pictures are all over. We see them on the web, watch them on television, and even hear them in tunes. Getting hauled somewhere around negativity is simple. Try not to endure it. Rather than paying attention to others' negative encounters and consuming media that builds up a negative perspective, go to something positive. Peruse a book about conquering misfortune, pay attention to music that rouses as opposed to deters. What's more, invest energy with positive individuals who will assist with lifting you up. Number 10. Carrying on with existence without trustworthiness. Living without trustworthiness implies carrying on with a daily existence that isn't consistent with what your identity is and what you represent. Like wearing garments that don't fit right, it simply feels awkward. It depletes your energy, cultivates sensations of responsibility and disgrace, and drains your confidence. Respectability is your decision consistently. Whether it's keeping a word or facing bad form, respectability is shown in all parts of life. About going with decisions reflect our identity as people instead of who others maintain that we should be, or the way in which we believe that they should see us. Number 11. Tattle. Becoming involved with the tattle and bits of hearsay that fly around your groups of friends is simple. In any case, you ought to never endure it. Meddling is horrible, terrible, and generally false Individuals who take part in it frequently attempt to cause themselves to appear more appealing by destroying others around them. Try not to allow anybody to drag you into this way of behaving. Number 12. Thanklessness. It is absolutely impossible to get around it. Appreciation is something individuals frequently neglect to rehearse. As a matter of fact, some contend that an absence of appreciation has become so typical that we have come to anticipate it as the standard. We're amazed when somebody accomplishes something kind without anticipating anything consequently. In addition to the fact that individuals anticipate that others should be selfish, yet at times they, as a matter of fact, endure this conduct in themselves. Or on the other hand, far more detestable, they attempt to cover their own thanklessness by imagining that they are as well occupied, tired, or worried to communicate their appreciation for what another person has done for them. Thoughtlessness is a revolting type of childishness. It's something contrary to appreciation, and it's something special that you ought to never endure from yourself or others. Number 13. Living without fun. You are living out of equilibrium in the event that your life is all work and no good times. To live well is to live completely, in body as well as in soul, and that incorporates having a good time. Obviously, everybody has their own concept of having fun, however, everything includes entertainment and delight, doing things that have no reason but to give joy. Tragically, we don't necessarily in every case possess energy for this sort of relaxation action, yet we really want. It's something like now and again for inward feeling of harmony and great well-being. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. Thanks for watching.